Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'm Vivian Satterfield, the Deputy Director of OPAL Environmental Justice Oregon. You'll have to pardon my disheveled look. I raced here from 82nd and Powell, where my office is, in order to come testify before you today. I was going to prepare comments, but I'm just going to speak to you because I'm having a reflective moment today. Tomorrow, I'm about to be sworn in as the newest commissioner on the Board of Commission for Home Forward, our region's affordable housing authority. And, I've been doing work around the intersection of housing affordability, access to transit, and building power in environmental justice communities for low-income communities and communities of color for a decade I've been here in Portland. We've been talking about housing affordability for a very long time. There's many of you who have had the pleasure of working with and serving on a variety of commissions, special projects, and campaigns like that of inclusionary zoning. And so, I'm here today just to speak directly from the heart that we've got to do everything we can to try to expand opportunity, to have opportunity for someone to call Portland a place they can call home. Every summer, I dread how many times I have to help my members move. Our members are being displaced. These are the disabled, these are the elderly, people with large families, undocumented families. I've personally helped move too many of my members during my workday because of housing affordability. So I do believe that increasing the density in our communities, and especially East Portland, where increasingly our communities are being pushed out to, really has to be a part of this proposal. So I'm glad to see that we have gone through this robust process to get to this point. We can and should be doing more. I urge you to push this to the furthest limits of our capacity. Please. Thank you so much for your efforts and for your time. I'm going to do everything that I can, and I know that you're here to do everything that you can as well. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Vivian.
Quick question for Vivian.
And yes, I'm kicking him under the table.
Congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you.
I'm glad to have you serving there. So a lot of concern has been expressed in testimony that while this may produce housing units that are more affordable than they might be otherwise, they don't get anywhere near the 60% MFI targets that we so desperately need to fill. So in your frame, how do we think about that?
I think we should be doing everything we can. I mean, we're about to talk about a regional bond and to help drive that at the deepest levels of affordability, which is the hardest sort of housing to build, the 0 to 30%. The recent state of housing report from the Portland Housing Bureau clearly outlines how we're losing affordability for middle income households, but really the ones who are bearing the brunt of this are those with no incomes, and we've lost affordability completely for our communities of color, especially the African American community. So I think this is just, again, one piece of the comprehensive efforts that we all need to be doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Robert